Hey ladies, good morning. It's me, Sandra, TTC 45, and Happy New Year's. It is a new year, a new chance to conceive a baby. I am headed to the RE clinic. Excuse me. I'm headed to the RE clinic because they want to keep having me coming in every week to check my HCG levels to make sure the levels are dropping. I went last Thursday, it was at 48, so I'm hoping that it has dropped at least over half of that today. I did take a home pregnancy test and it did come up faintly positive, so I do know there's still some HCG levels left. I joined a miscarriage support group and also a TTC after miscarriage group on Facebook, and I really like that group because the ladies have gone through what I've went through and they can be very supportive and answer any questions you may have about what you're going through, what you're feeling, and what you think the next steps should be. And most of them told me that it took about a month to 2 months to get the HCG levels out of the system. They were saying that your HCG levels dropped to like a low amount and then it started to drag at the end. I'm hoping that's not the case with me because every woman is different, because I'm hoping that I get a chance to transfer on my next cycle. I don't know when that's going to be. I finally stopped bleeding. I don't have any more bleeding, not even spotting, so that's a good thing. I do also belong to a group of the women who go to the same clinic as me, the RE clinic. And I was asking some of the ladies there who had miscarriages, were they able to transfer on the next cycle? Most of them said yeah, but some of them said no. They were not able. They had to have a sauna, water sauna the next cycle, and then they was able to transfer the cycle after. And a lot of them said they had to do that, and I didn't understand why, so I did ask one of the ladies, and she said, well, the reason why hers had to be done was because of her insurance. Her insurance was not going to allow her to transfer again unless they check the uterine cavity and make sure everything is okay. So I wanted to know, was that going to happen with me? And so I sent my RE email, and I asked him would I be able to transfer on the next cycle, and he never said yes or no. He is very vague when it comes to me, because he hates to tell me one thing and then something else end up happening, then I get mad at him. He basically just said that right now they're concerned about my hemoglobin, because as you know, I lost a lot of blood with the miscarriage and I had to end up having a blood transfusion. So when I got released from the hospital, I was released with a low hemoglobin but stable, meaning that it was okay to let me go home and finish allowing my body to do its own thing to bring the hemoglobin up on its own. They told me it usually take about a month before the hemoglobin will come back to normal. Now, when I left, I think I was at a 7.2. Then maybe 2 weeks later, I had it checked again. I was up to an 8.2. And then my primary care physician checked it yesterday, so I'm up to a 9.4. So it's rising. The RE told me that I couldn't do another transfer until it was over 10, and that was going to take another month or two. It's not going to take another month or two for my hemoglobin, because trust me when I say I have been chewing iron pill, I have been eating a lot of iron fortified foods, I have been overdosing on vitamin C. I've been doing everything within my power to bring hemoglobin up. Not because of the transfer, because I didn't even know that I had to have my hemoglobin above 10 in order to transfer. But because I wanted my hemoglobin to be up and I wanted to feel well again, and I didn't want to be, walking around here freezing, because I'm always cold. I mean, seriously cold, because my hemoglobin is so low. So that is the reason why I've been trying to get my hemoglobin up. But little did he know, it's not going to take me another month. I believe that by next week my hemoglobin will be over 10, and that'll be one hurdle down and a couple more hurdles to go. Now, actually, that'll be 2 hurdles down, because I done stopped bleeding. So that'll be 2 hurdles down, 1 more hurdle to go, and that's the HCG. Now, I don't know what's taking it. It's funny that it doesn't take no time for HCG to get in your system, but it takes a hell of time for the HCG to get out of your system. And I've never thought that I would want HCG to be out of my system. But yes, it is taking a long time for the HCG. When I had my HCG levels checked last week, I explained that earlier, it was a 48. So I'm hoping that today that it be less than 20. Now, if the test is still showing a positive faint line, then that means it's got to be at least 10 in there, 10, maybe more. Some of the ladies was telling me theirs dragged out so bad till it was 11 one week, and then they went back the next week, it only went down to 9, then they went back the next week, it only went down to 7. I don't want that to happen to me. I really want to just move forward. Plus, you guys know I can't sit still. I'm planning my next trip already, and I'm just trying to get this part of the journey started and over with so that I can move on. So I don't know. We'll see. And then now that the ladies have put it in my head that it's a possibility the insurance may not allow me to transfer without a water sono, it's no guarantee that I'll be able to transfer on this next cycle anyway. So I don't know. I just know it's coming. I realized with the last pregnancy, I had it all planned out, but that's just not how it works. Things doesn't work in our own planet. It works in the planet of God. And that's the reason why it did not work, because I planned that out. I did not let God do his thing. And so this time I just have to be patient and let him do his thing, and, stop trying to worry about having a winter baby or having a baby born in the fall and all that other kind of stuff, and just let God do his thing. So I've just decided that I'm no longer going to pick and choose when I want my due date to be. I'm just going to hope and pray that the next transfer, whether it be this cycle or the next cycle, that I get pregnant, and whenever the baby is due, that's when it's due. I just can't, go into this thinking that I have control of this, because I really don't have no control over human life. So yeah, I am happy that this is a new year and that is gone. My little Pebbles is getting ready to turn 2 years old on January the 18th. I cannot believe how quick that time went by. I have invited you ladies to her virtual Zoom party. I did put the information in the description, but I did not put the call-in information as well as the entry ID, because I don't want some random person picking that up and jumping in, watching my baby, and I don't even know who they are. So if you are interested in coming to her Zoom birthday party, and I haven't DM'd you, and some of you ladies, I've sent you the information in your DM in Instagram, because you're following me on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, or if I don't have a way to DM you to give you the thing personally, DM me or send me a email. I put all that information in the description on a party invite, so that I can give you the information to get into the Zoom party. party, I won't probably be so busy. I won't be paying attention to my emails or my DM, and I don't want you to miss out on at least singing happy birthday to her. It's not going to be a long thing. It's just going to be singing happy birthday to her, watching her open up a few of her gifts, and it's going to be over with. So if you're interested in coming in that, make sure you contact me to get the information for it. Other than that, ladies, I'm all good. I am a little disappointed that they sent the DNC samples off for pathology testing, and I did not get a result back. The only thing the pathology said is that the sample that was sent to them was that of a fetus. I mean, we knew that. I wanted to know what happened with the baby. What happened with the pregnancy? Was the embryo not normal? What's going on? So I sent the message to the nurse, and I asked them, and they was like, well, they don't do those type of testing in the pathology. I knew that was a lie, because a lot of women in my miscarriage group had pathology testers that were able to tell them if the embryo was abnormal. Some of them was even able to find out whether it was a boy or a girl. So I went and I asked the ladies that was in the group or the clinic that I go to see if theirs was tested, and theirs was tested too. They found out theirs was either abnormal or normal. So I sent the portal message to my RE, and I said, I thought you told me you was going to test this to see. He's like, well, we told you that we weren't able to do it because your insurance didn't cover it. Dude, you did not tell me nothing. This is one thing I hate about this clinic. This clinic does not keep up with what they tell their patients. They tell every patient so much different stuff. They been and thought they told it to you. That's why I be wanting to record every conversation I have with the nurse, every conversation I have with the RE, because they'll say something totally different after they've already said something. I said, you was the one that told me that if I do the DNC, y'all can send the samples in for pathology testing. Nobody never told me that my insurance had to approve it and my insurance did not cover it. Nobody never mentioned that to me. So that is not true. So he let that conversation go real quick because he saw that I was getting a little agitated. Now I would never know what happened with that embryo, even though I pretty much got a good idea that the embryo was in fact abnormal. And the reason being is because from the very get-go there was something wrong with the pregnancy. If you guys remember in the videos that I noticed that the yolk sac was measuring smaller than normal. Now this wasn't nothing that the RE told me. This wasn't nothing that the nurse who did the ultrasound told me. This was something that I discovered on my own, because when I was at the ultrasound, I noticed that the yolk sac was not coming in clear like it did when I was pregnant with Pebbles, and I was concerned about that. So once I got the ultrasound report through the reporter, I compared that report to Pebbles' report, and there was a big difference in the size of the yolk sac. I didn't know at that time if that made a difference or not, but I went and researched it with Dr. Google, and that's when I learned that if the yolk sac is measuring less than 2 millimeters, 9 times out of 10 the pregnancy is not viable. Excuse me. So I did more research. Everything I came up with said the pregnancy is not viable. Not only was the yolk sac measuring small, but it was measured more than half small. And I was concerned about that. And I immediately porter messaged my RE, and I asked him you know, isn't that yolk sac pretty small? He never said yes or no again. He is very vague when it comes to me. He never said yes or no. He just said, we're going to keep monitoring you. I'm not worried about it right now because your numbers are rising appropriately. That's all he cared about, was the fact that my HCG levels were doubling. He wasn't caring about the fact that the baby was not measuring correct right off the bat. I went ahead, a second opinion ultrasound done at a free clinic the next day. Unfortunately, her ultrasound machine did not allow her to measure the yolk sac, so we wasn't never able to measure the yolk sac, but just by appearance, she thought it was normal. So I let it go because I thought, well, maybe it was just not measuring correctly at the RE. But then the day after that ultrasound, that's when all hell broke loose and the roller coaster started. That's when I started bleeding. So I do believe that the embryo was not normal from the get-go. Even though I got good graded embryos left, none of my PGS tested, so I don't know if they're normal or abnormal. But that was definitely a wake-up call right there. So now, when I get another transfer, I'm going to be concerned all the way up into 12 weeks if the baby is normal or not. I'm going to definitely be concerned when they first do the first ultrasound and do the yolk sac measurement. Because now that I know that a small yolk sac means a non-viable pregnancy, and I'm sure the RE knew that. I'm sure he knew that. He just didn't want to say nothing because of my numbers was up, but I'm sure he knew that was not going to be a viable pregnancy. So we'll see though. We'll see. I'm hoping that, like I said, I'm hoping I get past this last hurdle, which is this HCG level, and I'm hoping I get to start next month. After today, I'm going to email him again and ask him to confirm or deny if I can start on the next cycle. You know, do I gotta wait for? I just need an answer. Don't be vague with me. Just keep it real with me, so I know how to plan my next up and coming months. But ladies, I really appreciate you, ladies, praying for me. I really appreciate you standing by me and following me on this journey. I appreciate the love you guys have shown. Some of you ladies I've been able to talk to on the phone and have been able to be very supportive, and I'm just really grateful for you guys. So I really thank you guys. I am still following you guys and praying for your little sticky beans, praying that 2021 brings new babies to you guys, whether it be through IVF or IUI, adoption, whatever, foster caring, however way you get your baby. I am praying that 2021 bring you guys the babies that you've been longing for, and praying for these big fat peas, and praying that you don't give up if you get a big fat end. I know sometimes it can become stressful and you just want to throw in the towel, but I'm just praying that you guys don't give up, don't let the enemy win. You keep doing what you know is best, and God is going to bless you in one way or another. Thank you, ladies. I love you, and Sticky Baby does to all of you. Bye. Alright guys, I got my lab report back. Let's see how much my HCG levels have gone down. I'm hoping it's less than 20. Today is the 7th. HCG beta. Woo, look at this, 6.9. Boy, it's less than 10. Yes. So that lets you know you can have less than 10 in your system and still have a positive test on the urine test. Less than 10. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's 6.9, and all I have to have it is below 5. So I know it should be below 5 by next week. And she told me that I can start once my HCG levels has dropped and my hemoglobin is above 10, which I should have my hemoglobin above 10 by next week. So hopefully I'll be coming on my cycle by next week or the week after. They say usually when it drops below 5, you come on a cycle within a week. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks I'll be coming on, and hopefully I get a chance to start this all over again. Bye, ladies. Okay, ladies, I got too excited. I stopped the video before reading the message, and the message just put a bummer on my hopes. It say the doctor reviewed your results and your what is it? Ain't it supposed to be HCG? Yeah. Your HCG came back at 6.9. It is almost back to normal, less than 5. Dr. Karande would like you to call us with your upcoming period to schedule a HSN, the cavity check, before you can start another FET cycle. Now, I just told you guys that a lot of these women said they could not do a FET on the next cycle because they had to have a water sono before they can get it done. And this is exactly what has to happen. I have to have a water sono before, so it doesn't look like I'm going to be doing it on this cycle coming up. Not going to happen to the next cycle, which is going to run into my traveling schedule. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. So anyway, that just threw a monkey wrench in everything. Oh well, I said I was going to be patient, so it is what it is.